Set the curtain, it rises to the stage. They gave the second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because Wall Street over there's a life I could have known. Would have kept me from one I had today.
All right, good morning. You are tuned into 1100 WSGI, and this is Lee Marie in for U-Turn Laverne on One Street Over. Happy New Week. I'm so glad y'all joined us, and happy June. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we are so thankful. You are so amazing. We dedicate today to you. We say we want to put you first in all we say and do. Please guide us. We need your wisdom. We ask for your discernment, your perfect will, your perfect timing. We love you. We praise you. We need you in the mighty and matchless name of Jesus. Amen. Good morning. Can you believe it's June? I cannot believe it's June. Anyways, we do have Rose coming in, which is so cool because there's some brand new stuff happening at the library. And I know U-Turn has been wanting to get Rose in for so long. I know she was sad that she was going to miss the day that she was coming, but you can watch it, U-Turn. You can watch it on your app. Here's the thing, guys. If you are listening on the radio, remember that if you have friends, whatever, tell them right now to log in. We're going to go over a lot of important stuff today. Not only can they, listen on 1100 on the AM dial, but they can also listen on our app, which is our WSGI app. So you can just go on either your Android or your Apple phone, and there you go. Also, you can watch it on Facebook or YouTube, or also the WSGI1100.com website. So we got a lot of ways to do that. And I'll tell you guys, the first half of this show is going to be stuff that pertains to a lot of people, no matter where they live. So you could go ahead and tell your friends, hey, One Street Over's on right now. Let's go ahead and log on. Now that was weird. Okay. So anyways, I did want to go over a couple PSAs really fast because I've had some friends fall into these schemes. So guys, you have got to be so careful with the internet. And now with Facebook too, they're getting trickier and trickier. I mean, there are people in warehouses in other countries that are just sitting there at the computers waiting for people that will fall for these things. And the latest one that I've seen people fall for is Boot Barn. There's two different, well, I'm sure there's probably more, but there's two that I'm aware of with Boot Barn. Now, Boot Barn, if they are having a sale, they will advertise it on their website and on their app, but not on Facebook. Okay, so other people have taken their little logo and they have done this thing, clearance boots for $5. And so people have been punching in credit cards, buying 5 pairs of boots, whatever. Boots never come. The outside company now has their credit card with the CVV, their address, all that stuff. So that's one of the schemes. The other scheme that is, I think the newer one with Boot Barn is that people are saying, well, here's the sweepstakes. You've got 5 chances to win, turn over these little hats, and you may be a winner. Well, guess what? Everybody's a winner. And then it will tell you, okay, you've got, I don't know how many minutes, like 1 minute or something to put in your credit card. All you have to do is pay for shipping and you'll get this, whatever Stetson hat, and people are doing it because they're like, oh my gosh, I only got 1 minute. I got to put in my credit card. All I have to do is pay for shipping. Okay. That's not true, guys. Now my friend did this yesterday, and luckily the credit card company, thank you, Citibank, denied the charge. And so I helped her. I called with I called with her. I said, call Citibank. What they said is, this is a scam. This is, so common. Yes, we blocked that charge, but guys, that company now has that credit card number. So, and also they have you flagged as kind of like a sucker, right? So on the black web, your name and your credit card is now going to probably be, sold to other things. So now you got to watch that card or change that card or whatever. And other things too. I mean, you are flagged now as someone that's going to fall for things. So just be aware that these sales and Facebook does not, when people pay for advertising on Facebook, even if it's a fraudulent company doing this type of thing, Facebook does not check that. I mean, maybe they check some of them, but they're certainly not checking these. From the comments that I was reading last night on the computer, it looks like, they don't. So just because it came up on Facebook and it's got a logo that looks real, that doesn't mean anything. So be very careful. Tell your friends to be very careful as well. All right. I have got a tickle in my throat. I'm going to run an ad real quick, and I'll be right back.
This is the weekend you need to get out to the races. Veterans Motorplex, they're racing every Saturday night through October. Of course, weather permitting. That's why you need to follow them. Are you looking for answers in the real estate community?
This is Scott Inman. You're listening to Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky's new home of great gospel music.
All right, none of those worked, but I was able to get a drink of water, so we're okay. Anyways, guys, just tell your friends to be very, very careful, okay? And then another scam, of course, we all know about this one, and that is the someone calling and saying that they are the sheriff's department, and you did not report for jury duty. You're going to have a big fee, and they will actually look and see where your county courthouse is, and they will say, hey, but if you come down and bring the money to Brown Street, which, for Robertson County, that's where our courthouse is, right? They'll say, if you come down there and pay, then you can not be arrested and all these other things. And, or they'll give you an option or if you want to just, give your credit card right now over the phone, we can handle the citation over the phone. And it'll be less, of course, if you go down to the courthouse. And so, again, I had another friend fall for that. And these are smart people. But you know what? These people that are doing these scams, they know what to say. They know what buttons to push. And so anyways, so that person did. They paid a fine to avoid being arrested or whatever. And then they found out, that was a scam. So anyways, I was talking to the sheriff and he said, this happened all the time. They said, we will not do that. If we're going to arrest somebody, we're going to go to their house. We're not going to tell them they can avoid being arrested by paying money over the phone. So anyways, lots of different scams. And this does remind me of the last scam that I wanted to talk about. And this one is still going around, this grandparent one. Why? Because they have young kids calling that sound like the grandchild and their age. And my mama has since now gone to heaven, but before she passed, and I really would have thought she would have known better because she was a very smart woman. But someone called and they said that they were her grandson, and they were like, Grandma, this is Kyle. Got in a bad accident. I'm in a fight with my dad. I cannot call him and ask him for money, but I need this much money. I'm in jail because they think it was my fault. Blah, blah, blah. I need cash sent to me. But don't tell anyone because my dad will be mad, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe it, but she sent cash. She sent I don't know what it was, $8,000 or something cash to Canada. I could not believe it. Anyways, she finally, after a few days, she thought, you know what? She called and found out. She called for Kyle, see if he was back from Canada. He had never been to Canada. And that's when she knew, oh, goodness. So she told me about what she did. I got on the police to the local PD and the city PD. They said, there's nothing you can do. Kiss it goodbye. So I got onto the phone with the county DA. This was in another state. And I told them what happened. They said the same thing. Kiss it goodbye. This happens every day. All right. Called the state attorney general. Same thing. Same answer. But I wasn't happy with those answers for obvious reasons. So I went online and I started doing my own research, right? And what did I find out? I found out that in the state of Michigan, because they're right below Canada, they were very interested in what happened. Why? Because they've been trying to catch some of these same people. And so I had to get up a few hours, early a few days in a row to talk with their investigators and all that, because, with the time change being on the East Coast to the West Coast. Anyways, long story short, she got her money back. Why? Because I had called in enough time that they were able to go and have somebody at that FedEx equivalent in Canada. And so when that person came in to pick up that money in the unmarked envelope, whatever, they caught him. And the Michigan police mailed my mother a check back for her entire $8,000, whatever it was that she had sent. So just saying, guys, even if you have 3 law enforcement agencies telling you, kiss it goodbye, go online and see if there's some other agency that might be already investigating. They were very happy that I called with this because they had been trying to catch those people. And, they always would pick up the money before they could get to them. But this time they were able to, it was fresh, and they were able to intercept it. So anyways, just saying, anytime you get a no for an answer, but you're in the right, do your own research, talk with people and see, because, there may be something that can be done. So I'm not telling you to take take the law into your own hands and, get all your guns on you and go after these people. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you might want to do some research online and see if you could report it to another group that this could be crucial for their case. So anyways, there's a lot of things going on. There's also, romance scams going on. They play on your emotions, guys. And so there's a lot of people that, they'll go on and they'll act like, they'll sell these flattering things, and they want to meet you or they want to friend you on Facebook. Guys, all this unsolicited stuff that comes through Facebook and through your email, you have got to just block it. All right. There's plenty of people here in the world that you can meet face to face and do things with. You don't need to try to, find these imaginary friends on Facebook and that are going to take advantage of you. And I've seen people that got a lot of money taken advantage of through different romance schemes where they're friends with this person for months and months, and then all of a sudden this friend needs money, and they've never met them. Anyway, be careful, guys. And I know that a lot of times will tell people, oh, you should be on Facebook so you can get these events. That's one thing that I do use Facebook for all the time, is for event invites, because, I have the Go Show. I'm here every Wednesday morning from 8 to 9. And I go over things that are going on locally, mostly locally here in Robertson County area. And so how do I find those things? Well, I do find them, in the papers and different things. But I also go on Facebook and I go in the search bar and I go events. And then I can do a filter. I can do like this week, or maybe just events that my friends have posted, or events that I have posted, local events for your area. So if you're visiting another state and you want to find out what's going on, you can put local. So I really like that event function, because if someone is having an event and they have posted it there, it's so easy to get all of the information in one spot, because you get the time and the date and, the location. Also, there's a button, when you say share, you can hit share, and then something comes up that says invite, and you can click on friends that you want to invite to that event. So I like that, especially for local events, because it's a quick way for me to tell people, because I could share it on my page, but maybe 3 people will see it, even though I have over, 1,500 friends on Facebook. And this is something too, I want to tell some of the other agencies out there that will say, I had an event and I couldn't believe that nobody showed up. And like, for instance, there was a law enforcement type of event that happened, and I thought maybe civilians weren't allowed to attend, because I drove past it and I only saw police. And it turned out that no, it was open to the public. And I guess they had posted on their Facebook site, but that's where it ended. And so these things, when you post them, they don't go to all 1,500 of your contacts or whatever, however many people are following you. They don't go to all of those. Okay. But if you make an invite and you send it to a few key people, then guess what, guys? They're going to share it, or they're going to know about it. If you're having a cool family friendly event, or something that is honoring a really good group that I believe in, like law enforcement or military, or, send it to me. I've got the Go Show once a week. Anyways, yes. So I use that event function to invite people. Now, I also want to say something. If you're my friend and you're listening, don't feel that every time I send you an invite, don't think that I'm like asking you to attend, like, please come to this and support me, because I'm not. Because I get a lot of times after I invite a bunch of people to these things, then I'll get all of these messages back. I'm sorry, I'm going to be in Milwaukee or whatever, It's like, oh, it's okay. You don't have to say that. I'm putting that out there so that in case this is something that you would like to attend, or somebody would like to attend, I think this is a worthy cause to support. Okay, so that's usually why I send out a lot of invites. So if you're one of my contacts and I send you invites, just look at it that way. Look at it like, okay, this is just a news blast. I don't need to, write an explanation why I can't come. I appreciate that, but I don't need that. I mean, only if it's something like personal, like if I'm inviting you to something like with me or my family, then I expect you to tell me like, okay, I'm going to be out of town. That's why I'm not there. But if it's just a regular, thing that's happened in the community, guys, I'm just sending it out to kind of get the word out. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that's always happening in Robertson County. I do appreciate the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce, who recently put out an email blast that had all of the things that they received information on for children's events for the summer. And oh my God, at one point I was like, man, I wish I was 9 again. Like there were so many good things, right? And so I know we don't have a theater, we don't have a bowling alley, but you know what? That just means you just have to be a little bit more creative, because we've got a lot of things that we didn't used to have. We got these splash pads, and we just have a lot, these skate parks and so many events, free fishing rodeos. I mean, there's a ton to do for children in Robertson County, guys. You don't need to just say, oh, because we don't have a theater or a bowling alley or a skating rink, that, oh, my children have nothing to do. No, guys, look at these posts. There's a ton of things. There's a ton of camps. There's a ton of VBSs. There's classes all the time for all ages. We have so much more going on in this community that a lot of big cities have. You just need to come out from under your rock and look up this stuff, or just start listening to the Go Show, because I do a lot of the work for you guys. I work hard. Every Tuesday night, I am up late sharing events that I find, because I want to talk about them the next day. And I want to be able to tell you like, hey, you just go to my Facebook page and find them. So I did not do that last night, because this is not the Go Show. This is one street over, and we're going to have Rose Wooten coming in real soon. So I haven't really updated my Facebook page in the last few days with events. But I mean, if you scroll down far enough, you'll find some events. But I will talk about a few things, because this is like the best deal in town. This $5 class that Cindy Norton is doing, I really want her to come in and demo her bands. She gifts everyone a brand new carry bag, and then a brand new little bag inside that has all the different colored bands, the red, yellow, green, blue, missing something. Anyway, and yellow. Anyways, she does these great exercises with the bands that any level can do these. It's very beginner friendly, because no matter your strength, you can just go up, to a stronger band. Anyway, she does these every single Monday at 10 a.m. All right. So today at 10 a.m., that's where I'm going to go, because I love this class. And that night when I get in bed, my bones don't ache, my joints don't ache, because I've done this fabulous class. So it's only from 10 to 10:30. I think your health can afford that. $5. And it's over next to Crossroads, 600 South Main Street in Springfield. And it's not a crowded class. There's only a few people in it, but we're making friends, and we're getting healthy, and we're moving those. Because guys, remember, what did Wild Doc say when he was here? Something like, if you don't move a joint in like, I don't know, what was it, 10 days or 14 days or something, it started locking up. You don't want your bones and your joints to all start locking up, guys. Take care of yourself. $5 class. That's really nothing. So I hope we'll go out to that. I hope you will take advantage of Cindy Norton's class. And like I said, I hope to have her in real soon. Right after that, though, a lot of us stay for my line dance class. It's a $10 class. It is from 11 to 12 every Monday, every Tuesday, and every Thursday. And guys, I hear people all the time say, well, I don't know how to line dance, or I don't have rhythm, or I have 2 left feet. It doesn't matter. This is basically a fitness class. This is basically having fun, moving to happy songs. And I don't know anybody that can't benefit from that, because dance and this type of thing is good for everything. It's good for you, mentally, physically, spiritually. We play some Christian songs. It's awesome. And so we're making new friends. And so every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Now this one, you have to go inside Crossroads and then go down the stairs, and you will find the big ballroom there where I'm doing that. I do one night class a week right now, and that's Tuesday nights at 5:30. I will also be doing some classes over at Shalom for swing, and those are going to be on Thursday nights. There's going to be, I believe, 3 in June and 3 in July. So look at the Shalom site for that. And I believe those are from 7 to 8 p.m. at Shalom. I think that those classes are 20, but I will get more information before this Wednesday's Go Show for that. So they've hired me to go over there and teach some swing because they do adult classes during the summer. So again, guys, dance is really so good for you. I can't recommend it enough. That's why I'm teaching it again. You know, I do a lot of different things, you guys know. But one reason why I wanted to start dancing again is because so that I would. Because like if I've got students, like sometimes my students will call me like, if I'm the only one coming, we don't have to do the class. I'm like, oh, yes, we do. Like I'm going to be doing it even if I'm the only one in class because I need to keep moving because I know how important it is and what it does to my brain and my body. So anyway, line dance class, no experience needed at all. 2 left feet, fine. No rhythm, fine. All you need to be able to do, if you can walk down those stairs, you will be fine in class. And if you can't, you can maybe get help and sit in a chair and still do stuff because I also have taught to people that were in wheelchairs before. So you can get help down the stairs. Okay, here's another PSA that I did want to mention, and that is the Orange Heart Medal Foundation. I saw a post yesterday from Ken Gamble saying, guys, we're running low on funds. You know, guys, that Ken Gamble sends out these Orange Heart medals free of charge. And, you know, every so often, especially after he's sent in a bunch, every so often he will need to get some more money to do this, guys. So what a great nonprofit to support our veterans. If there was any group that paid it forward, hello, it is our veterans. So I'm going to give you that website. It is orangeheartmedal.org. And we would really appreciate if you would go on and make a donation. Or you know what you can do is you can buy some of the merch because that helps too. Because Ken's got all that merch. He's got shirts and, you know, all different, like the white shirts, the black shirts, different things. So go on that website, orangeheartmedal.org. Please buy some merch for family members, for yourself. Help get the word out about the beautiful monument that we have right here at Springfield Memorial Gardens. If you still have a Vietnam vet in your life who is not on this wall yet, please get them on. It's $150 to get them on this monument. And then, but also they can get an Orange Heart Medal for free. And so we need money. The Orange Heart Medal Foundation needs your support on that. So please consider going on that today. Let's show our veterans the love, right? All right. I saw Rose Wooten out there, so I'm super excited. As she makes her way in, I'm going to do a sponsor real quick. So she's going to come in and get adjusted at her microphone there. I'm going to tell you about one of our sponsors here on One Street Over, and that is UPS. Guys, we love our UPS family, don't we, Miss Rose?
Yes.
Yes, we do. So it's not just your place to take your Amazon returns. It is also your one-stop shop for printing, packing, blueprints, document shredding, notary, everything. And it's right there. Like you don't have to park far away. It's just like, boop, right there.
Right next to, you can go get your groceries from HG Hills and then go right into UPS, deliver your returns. The big thing is, I love that. You just hand them your returns and say, hey, there you go.
Very cool. So they're located, in case you don't know or you're new to town, they're located at 513 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield. Again, that's 513 Memorial Boulevard. You can call them, but, you know, I really recommend just stopping in. But here's our number, 615-384-0093. That's 615-384-0093. They always have a coupon out, too, for some special that they're running. So go in there, see what's on special. Make sure you give Deborah Grant a big hug. Her birthday was last week. Tell her happy birthday time. And also tell them that One Street Over and WSGI sent them, right?
Yes.
All right, I got one of my favorite ladies in the whole entire county in the house. How are you, Miss Rose?
I am doing well. It's a great time. Great time of year.
So, and it's a great time at Stokes Brown Public Library.
Correct.
So this was great timing for you to come in, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right,
Yes, it was.
I'm going to put the camera right on you because I want everybody to look at how beautiful she is. All right, Miss Rose, what's going on at the library?
So we are officially starting our summer reading program, which is the Color Your World. It's every year we have a different theme, and the theme this year is based around art, color, different techniques of art, because You think there's so many different techniques that you can use. The way our calendar is set up is it is color weeks. Like the first week is color, like red. The second week is blue, and we have little activities that range around that. But we're really going to focus on things that you might want to learn about art, and it might be sculpture. It might be it might be painting, it might be mixed media, it could be pencil and chalk art, it could be, we're still going to have our paid programmers, of course, because they are artists also. So we have, like, this week is going to be Nashville Ballet. Tuesdays tend to be Tuesdays at 10:30 are our paid programmers. And so we will have Nashville Ballet coming in at 10:30 this week.
Oh,
and
really? Nashville Ballet's coming in?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes.
10:30?
10:30 this Tuesday, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Wow.
Yes. So, I mean, come on in. And like I said, Chavez is his name. And he does a great job. The kids absolutely love him.
So does he do a little dance or?
Yes. What he does is he reads and he talks about movement of, like, the art of movement of ballet. And he doesn't just sit there and reads you the book. He goes ahead and says, okay, Lau, let's move with this book. Let's feel this book. Let's go ahead and so he's showing you different dance moves that will go ahead and energize the kids and get up. So everybody is welcome, of course. Because it is the Nashville Ballet. I mean, same thing with when we have Mr. Bond or the animals. Adults are welcome. It's, you're just taking it in a little bit different. The kids sit on crisscross on the floor where the adults can sit back and, I'll be honest, when Rep the Girl comes in, she brings,
Reptile girl.
Yeah.
She brings reptile. She's not half reptile.
No, she's not half that. But I'll tell you what, she gets them up close in your face. And so some parents are like, yee. Adults are kind of like sitting along the back. That's okay.
They're more afraid, right?
Because she lets you actually pet like snakes and pet. You're physically touching her animals. She's got it down. So we do have the paid programming also. But yes, this week, I would say the huge things this week is we have Nashville Ballet. At 6 p.m. on Tuesday, we have painting on unusual things because we want you to look around your house, things that might spice up your house or things that might spice up your room.
I love that.
And you'll be painting on watering cans, painting on little shovels, and painting on because you can take anything and add your flair to it. So that's the whole point of unique painting. But also Thursday at 10:30 is the tie-dye.
Oh,
that is. I will have to give a shout out to the TN Kids in a Tennessee Closet. The Closet and Miss Ashley. She had been saving T-shirts for us, and we have 305 pure white T-shirts, all different sizes, and we'll separate them. So you come in, grab a T-shirt, and we will be ready. Tie-dyeing is huge. You can make it your clothing your own way. That's an art of clothing design. So this week is also tie-dye week.
Oh, how fun.
Yes. So it is really, I will say, we planned a lot of, we just kind of pack it on in there and we do that. So I will just say that it's going to be fun. It's absolutely free. And just come on over to the library. If you want to sit, just relax, kick back, let the kids play, interact with each other. It's a great time. Or if you kind of want to do something, you just don't know what you want to do, you could do your library of things, which is the fishing poles or
those little kits that you have.
The little kits that we have. You could do the woodworking kits. You could do, take it home and do that with the kids. If you're trying to think of what can I do with these friends, there's always, you could take the museum passes and go to a museum for free. It gives you 2 adults and 6 kids to the museum. So you check it out at the front desk. there's just a lot you can do. Whenever you're trying to think, what am I going to do that is not going to cost us a ton of money? Our library is there for you. We've got your back. As a parent, I understand. You got to keep them busy. Otherwise, the first thing they want to do is plop down in front of the television and not do anything. So, yes. So we've got your back, from unique items to all the way to the programming. So, yeah.
Awesome. I love all those color themes.
Yes. Well, the Color Your World is, it was unique. I was like, oh, I really like this. Because it gives you an opportunity to explore different methods and techniques. Willow Oak has got it down. They do a lot of like yarn art and macrame and stuff like that. So we're bringing in those techniques into the library. So you'll be able to do, if you've got a ton of items, or you see something at a garage sale, like all this yarn, you may come here and you'll say, oh, we did a bowl art, a yarn bowl. And I'm like, I'm going to try that at home and do some more yarn bowls. We have like weaving of baskets and you name it. Because really, you can really change different things. I love this community of Robertson County, where all the arts, the murals, on our log sheets for the 12 and under, what we have is we have some suggestions that if you go ahead out into our community and say you take a picture of your favorite mural in our community and you post yourself by it and you tag Stokes Brown Public Library with it, we're going to go ahead and put you in for a drawing, because we really want other people to see the events that are in there. See the new skate park. That's our Black and White week. If it's white, we could go ahead. So we're going to ask you go to different parts of our county. Like Red Week this week, it's Red River. Do you have to get on the Red River? No, go near it. Some people really do not know where Red River is. It's a beautiful river. And so go near the Red River, snap yourself a picture, send it in. Every time that you do that, you're going to be put it in a drawing, an entry. Just tag us for it. That just allows us, or just show it to us that you were near the Red River. We're just trying to get you out and about, things that you'd want to do, places you'd want to, maybe you have not seen it. Go see Greenbrier Elementary, or Greenbrier, the museum and the
Historical Society.
You'll go see that. We also ask you to go to Orlinda Public Library, because some people are like, I don't even know where Orlinda is at. This is a great time. Take a ride. Go see them. It would be great. So we're just kind of not only just saying, come to our library, check out our county. Our county is awesome.
It is. And one other thing about that I just want to add to the Orlinda, since you just said that, if you are a senior and you have not yet been to their senior center, because there's a lot of seniors that live in Orlinda, so that senior center is like,
huge and very active too. And they've got one of the best, like the little soda fountains and stuff like that around that area. So, once you get into that area, you'll be like, oh, that is the cutest thing. Oh, I like that. I'm telling you, yeah,
that's a good little outing, little day in Orlinda.
It's a day in Orlinda. It's just getting to know your area, your county. So yes, that's on our log sheets for our kids. And our adults, they basically just get a bookmark. So what they'll do is on the bookmark, they just write their name. They'll say they're adult or teen, and then you check off which weeks that they work, or what days, which days they read. And, the biggest question I get is, does it have to be a book from our library? No. We just really want you to read. Our schools promote 20 minutes a day, every single day. I am positive that our members read that. I am positive. So we just really want to just kind of give you an extra perk for reading. So yes, you can use other items to read from, whatever it may be.
When did summer reading start?
It really started, it's June 1st, which is yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So our first week is June 2nd today, and we're going to go all the way to July 26th. Is July 26th at the end, then we start going through, and you know how you get those tickets for when you turn in your log sheet, we'll give you a ticket and you put your name and phone number on the back. We're not selling your information. All we're doing is it allows us, if we pick your name out of the prize jug, we'll go ahead and give you a call. You know, we just keep contacting you until you come in and get it. So that is what it is. You get those prize jugs. So it is, but you will not, we don't draw for it until the end of summer. So that's where, but it just started this week, and we are in Red Week as I'm sporting my red sweater, my little cardigan. And like I said, Nashville Ballets tomorrow, along with tomorrow night is painting on unusual items. We also have tie-dye on Thursday, but there's a lot of things going on, like every single day.
Okay. So I just want to clarify for people, because not everybody has done summer reading before. So there are two different, do you still have the two different batches of prizes? Or one adult and one
we
children?
actually moved all the prizes because here's what we found. A lot of the people, the parents will go, oh, that's kind of cool. Or a grandparent will say, can I put my ticket into that for that bike? Because I have a grandson and he would love that bike.
Okay, so did you merge?
So we went ahead and we pulled all the ticket price jugs to the front. So when you walk in to the library and the front desk, they're sitting right there. It'll make it easy. So anybody can put any ticket in any set. So it really is, because you know what? A kid wants an Amazon gift card just as well as an adult, you know, or, you know, whatever it may be. And if they want, so if a kid wants, you know.
Yeah. No, that's great. So guys, so what happens is you go in today, you get your log sheet, and there's different ones for adults versus kids.
Right.
The adult one is just you checking off that you read.
It's a bookmark size. So it's just a rectangular one, and that takes a little bit less. The kids, it's the reason why is we record how many minutes that have been read or how many books that have read.
So the kids log like the actual book title, how many they read.
Right.
And that kind of thing.
Yes. It just gives us a little bit more data.
Right. And it gives you an opportunity to talk with the child too. Like if they're turning it in, right? Like, oh, how did you like this Pete the Cat book or whatever, right?
Exactly. And you know, I kind of like, I will just hand it back to you, but it's kind of interesting because I kind of like to see what books go out the door a little bit more than others. Like what really drew you to that book? Do you really, is it the pictures that drew you, or is it the character, or is it the content, like the story of it? You know, so it kind of helps me, you know, and it helps us.
So this is a great opportunity, guys. Call all your friends that have kiddos, especially, because what a great incentive to get them, you know, say, hey, it just kicked off. We got to go pick up our things so we can read every day. And then at the end of the week, we get our little ticket. To put our raffle ticket, and now they put those in at that time. So
what will happen is you get the log sheets this week, say today, or some people even tried to grab them this last week, and that's fine. But at Monday of this next week, you just turn them back in, you get your ticket, and then what will happen is that's when you go.
That's when you put it in. Okay, that's good, because holding on to it for, you know, till July 26th could be scary.
Oh, well, no. Yeah. I mean, I do have some people that will say, I'm on vacation. Can I turn all of these in? They went ahead and grabbed some extras ahead. They kept reading while they're on vacation, you know, out and about. So they can hand them in. But the main thing is, I always say, get them in before the end of July. That way, you basically will get 8 tickets, 8 shots at winning the prize.
The prizes are great prizes.
Oh, I mean, everything from razors, skateboards to, I mean, there's just.
Is there an adult mountain bike this year yet?
Not yet, but
she's working on it.
I'm working on that one. Yes, the adult mountain bike was really a hot little.
I know. That's what we were all putting our tickets in last time.
Yes. Well, we did the Instapot, and I'm trying to think of some other things that we were doing because, like, everybody seems to be cooking with the Instapots. So.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, so summer reading has kicked off officially. Stokes Brown Public Library is located at
405 White Street in Springfield. It's right down from the Innovative Academy, and it's kind of smushed between that and the courthouse. So come on.
really easy to find.
Yes.
Parking can be a little bit challenging at times.
Oh, you can park at the Innovative Academy and walk. Otherwise, take the streets and stuff like that.
So you can park at Innovation Academy anytime? Ah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yes. When school's in session, they don't like you to use that parking lot, and we usually don't have much conflict with it. But during the summer, they're not. So therefore, we can go ahead and park down there at Innovative Academy, and then walk on over. Or a lot of people will take the streets, as long as you don't park on both sides of the street. The White Street, the library side of the street, we have basically Bransford Pride, and we have Coopertown, Eaglestown that come to some of our events, not every one of them, but some of our events. And so we always say leave that open, and it's emergency vehicles and stuff. So but we will help you get all situated and park and get in there, but you can park on the roads too.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, very cool. So I know the library has other stuff going on, but I am going to talk about our last sponsor while you figure out what else you want to just talk about in general about the library, because I know they've always got so much stuff going on. But I do want to talk about our longest standing sponsor, and that is Barry and Rebecca Richards. So they are with Exit Prime Realty. When you need real estate services, you don't need to call a Nashville company that doesn't know Robertson County. Barry and Rebecca Richards have lived in Robertson County for almost 30 years, and they love serving their friends and neighbors. So whether you're a first-time homebuyer or somebody ready to sell your home or farm, Barry and Rebecca Richards can help. So you can see the latest listings and start your search at sellwithbecky.com. That's sellwithbecky, which is BECKY.com. And so, let them know that you heard about it on Laverne's One Street Over. So thank you, Barry and Rebecca, for being our longest standing sponsor here on One Street Over. All right, Miss Rose, I know the library's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
So what else do we need to tell folks about?
Well, the biggest thing is a lot of times is when you need to do printing, or our 3D printer is up and running and going through.
So explain what a 3D printer does for those people that have no idea what that means.
Okay. So basically you're going to go up into the computer room, and there's a program, and you're going to tell that program what to print. And then it sends it to a printer. However, it uses filament, which is plastic. So, and you do pay for the filament that you use, but it's, not much. And you can design. I always use, I don't know if many parents, but we lose game pieces all the time.
Oh my.
We use the large checker pieces, and we're like, some people are like, oh, lost that, gonna have to throw that game away. Or, oh, this one unique piece, prime example of our air hockey table. It cracked the where the puck slides down and in. So it's like, once you can go ahead and design.
That's crazy.
So, you just recreate those items. I know that people can go ahead and we've all seen the cars, and we've seen different things. We're not that advanced, but I'll say it is pretty nice. Like if you want to make stuff. So I will say my biggest thing is game pieces. We reproduce Candyland game pieces and different game pieces, so we can utilize those games still, which comes to one of the library of things. There's so many. I cannot say enough about these library of things, because we go ahead and we think of items that as an adult you may have. If you have kids, you have Candyland, you have Shoots and Letters, you have Scrabble, you have Monopolies, you have different items. The catch is, some of our adults, after their kids have grown up, they go ahead and they get rid of that stuff. They're trying to purge and downsize a little bit. But then what happens when the grandkids come back to us, or what happens that you don't have that board game, and you're standing there going, do I really want to spend $15 on a board game? You check out the library, see what kind of games that we have. That way they may play the game and go, I don't like this game, or, oh, I'm good. I played it once and I'm kind of like, so really we have puzzles, we have board games, we have like fishing poles, we have woodworking kits, we have I'm trying to think of everything. A quilting, sewing beginners, to get them to realize the whole goal of some of this stuff is to say, let's go ahead, check it out at the library before we spend our money. That way we don't, have you ever bought something and you're like, this is not for me. This is one, A, really hard, and B, this is too tedious. I really don't like this. So it's just something that I will say it's a great way to realize whether you like that item or not. We do try to post some things about going on in the summertime, and because there's so much. I know that our community sometimes says, hey, there's nothing in Springfield, Robertson County. But that is so far from the truth. I will say there's stuff going on all the time. Even at the library, you may say, you get in there and you're like, okay, what can I do with my kids? Where can I go? What can I do? I want to do something. I just don't know what to do. One, listen to the radio show here. Two, there's flyers. When you first walk into the library, there's flyers in the breezeway. Look at it. There's just different things that you can say, oh, I didn't even know that's going on. I like to post a lot of the different items also on my door in the back in the children's area.
Okay.
So, or you just like, I just want to hang in some air conditioning for a little bit. The children's area with the kids, let them play.
Yeah.
Or if you're an adult, just sit in the back in the Betty Daly room and read. Grab some of those seeds.
And there's still the newspaper magazine room.
Right.
Which is just fun,
Yes. So, really just kick back and relax. And
you still have movies. When are movies?
Yes. So we do movies. We do a kids movie with free popcorn, of course. We do make some popcorn on that. And all the movies are sorted from PG-13 and rated R, and then G and PG. So the kids movies that are G and PG are closest to the window, and the ones that are right up front by the front desk is the PG-13 and above, and TV series.
So these are the ones that you can check out.
You can check out those movies. But ours, what we did was I did a lot of either superhero or I did a lot of kids movies, making it family friendly because it is the kids are off. So this week's movies are Hoodwinked, because it's Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay.
And then we have Iron Man. And also we're going to talk about the art of CGI, the art of, green screen is huge. And we used a lot of green screen when we did the Harry Potter, with trying to get them to understand it. The technology of green screen is not as bad as you think. And then Da Vinci and using some of these free programs that allow you to edit, but it's an art. It's an art of understanding. So, but yes, our movies, so we have, like in Blue Week, we have Lilo and Stitch. Okay, Captain America, the original. I did some throwbacks. We did some throwbacks. So that way it will go ahead and, you can't beat the classics, I guess. So yes, but you can check out movies and listening audios, whatever you may want to do. I'll say this: we pretty much have everything from hotspots to calculators. Our Library of Things has calculators. So if some of our teenagers are studying for the ACTs and the SATs over the summer, because they do take them. They do their tests. You can check out a calculator from us. So, the graphic calculators.
Awesome. So much stuff at our local library here, which is our county library, Stokes Brown Public Library.
Yes.
What is it? Is it 405 White? Is that what you said?
White Street.
White Street.
It's color.
Ah.
Yes. Like I said, we're right there in the middle of it, but we serve all of Robertson County, not just Springfield. And usually in the past, I like to know what city you're from, and that is just knowing that we're reaching out into the outer areas.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I know that people, they don't have to be in Robertson County to get a card. So are they still free library cards for the surrounding counties as well?
Yes. Anything that touches our county is absolutely free. We have never charged for a library card. We may give you a temporary card if you're further out, but otherwise we are very
user friendly.
See
that, guys? So you just go in, take your license, get a card, or kids can get cards as well.
Kids can get cards too. They're attached to the adults.
Okay. All right. So the adult would have to have their license with them at that time. Okay.
But that would allow them to come in, like if they're with their nana or their babysitter or whoever, they could come into the library and then check out the books that they need while you're at work.
Awesome. So cool. And then we haven't even touched on it, but they have a lot of great computer classes too.
Miss Debbie does great job. She picks classes that you will need for either going into the school system, whether it be Word and how to cut, paste, do different items. Excel, if you're in business, Excel is going to be, or even budgeting, that is going to be your really your niche of an app. She also works with social media. She'll do resume building. She'll show you how, and these are all free programs. She's trying to get you knowledgeable. So at any age can attend these classes. So a lot of our homeschooling moms and dads will go ahead and they'll come in and they'll get their kids signed up. But then you may be sitting right next to an older friend that that's just not one of those. They're just saying, is Excel really what I need to use to do this? Or what is this? Or different programs that are on the computer, or even the safety of the internet, less learning all about it. She has the ability to project her screen, so it allows you to follow along. Typing, learning. I have always questioned, we do a lot of tablet work, which doesn't allow the typing of it. So is there going to be repercussions? Because typing is not a dying art. If anything, they do more typing. So the ACT and other tests, the Millers, they're taking it on the computer. So you need to type quickly, not just finger type. So I kind of wonder the effects of it.
Do you know when the computer classes are? Do you have that schedule?
I don't have it, but it is at 11 o'clock every day.
Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. computer classes. Wow. Is there any at night? There used to be.
There used to be, but right now there's not.
Okay. Well, all y'all should be taking advantage of these 11 o'clock classes. Like she said, especially, homeschool parents should be like, all right, loading that up into their schedule first.
Right.
These are free computer classes, guys, that are going to affect all of the other, classes.
It is a skill set that everybody needs. So, and she works with you. There's sign-up sheets just to let her know that, different age groups and what you're kind of interested in. We did do some evening classes. However, we didn't get as many sign-ups for it. And our staff can go ahead and help you and do different things. But it's not the same as somebody like Miss Debbie sitting there and working one-on-one with you, or working, showing you how to do it, demonstrating on her computer so you can visualize and mirror image it.
I know that those classes aren't taken advantage of as much as they should. I have an idea for you. It just popped in my head.
Okay.
All right. So what about when they finish, they get a certificate that says that they completed that?
Ooh, that would be easy enough to do.
That would be easy. So whether it's a 4-week series, like they have finished, Excel 1 or whatever, or even if it's a 1 day, if they've sat there through the whole thing, they get a certificate on their way out that they can put in their portfolio, whether it be
whether they're homeschool or not.
And they can save those too for when they're applying for a job. They have their little folder
Yes. See, now I'll say this, that when you do apply for jobs now, sometimes depending on the jobs like Electrolux, if you have to do a lot of math, they will make you take a math test. So, or show them that you know how to use a program that they are doing. So that actually would help them with getting jobs.
Right, because then it would be an incentive too, and it could say, how, like 1 hour of or whatever, however you want to say it,
Right.
And then it would encourage them to.
Yes. And like I said, it's a wonderful feature for them to start. You always want to better yourself, keep your mind sharp.
Oh, yeah.
So really, like I said, if you want to keep your mind sharp, just come to the library and see what you want to play with or learn today. It's like every day you could sit there and go there and see, like, what do I want to learn today?
Yeah, you need to keep doing that. Well, Miss Rose, thank you so much. We only have 4 minutes left. I do have one other announcement I need to do. So if you want, you can hang out for a minute or you can skate away if you need to get to it. I wanted to tell you guys that this Wednesday, I'm actually going to have the Tennessee River Boys coming in, and they are part of the Sunday Morning Country. Have you heard of Sunday Morning Country?
I have heard of it. Yes.
All right. So every year on the Sunday after the CMAs at the Grand Ole Opry, you can go to a fabulous show from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We went last year, my family.
Yes.
Oh, and just so much amazing gospel music.
Right.
And then also they did a patriotic segment to it that was just beautiful.
Right.
And they have awesome artists there every single year because everybody's in town for CMAs, And they also have a big group choir, which Stephen and I are actually singing in that this year. I know. So that's
Now,
pretty cool.
I didn't know about that part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyways, the tickets at the door are $85 because, it is kind of pricey to go to the Grand Ole Opry. However, if you know somebody that can get discount tickets, they're only $35.
Okay.
So I do have some. I don't have to sell them. I ordered some because I have friends that want to go for $35.
Right.
So anyways, but yeah, if you know friends or whatever, I also am going to some rehearsals this week and I can get more tickets. So if you guys know me and you want to buy tickets for $35, it's such a family friendly, positive event. I mean, awesome worship music, gospel music with great artists, and Ray Stevens is going to be there too, and it's just a fun time. So it's Sunday Morning Country. I know it's kind of an odd sound for like somebody said, well, it's on Sunday morning. No, it's actually at 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is going to happen on June 8th at the Grand Ole Opry. And so this Wednesday is the Go Show. So I'm going to have the Tennessee River Boys come in and talk about it.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, so it's going to be exciting. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. So we only have 1 minute left. Is there anything else? If they want to get a hold of you, do they email? Do they call the library?
Well, I was going to put Miss Keisha Gardner is our family literacy programmer, and she's actually head of the summer reading program.
Okay.
So she'll be going ahead. This is her first year, and she's got this,
Awesome.
and she'll go ahead and.
So they should contact her with summer reading questions.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's Children's Lib at stokesbrown.org, or just call the library and ask. But she's got,
And do you know that library number by heart?
yes, 615-384-5123.
One more time.
615-384-5123. And that's Children's with an S, Lib, short for library, at stokesbrown.org.
Awesome. And one more thing, we need to tell them the hours that the library is open.
We are open 7 days a week. That's the nice thing about the library. It is open 7 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Saturdays, we are open from 9 to 5 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, which you'll see from our calendar, we're open late until 8 o'clock. It's 9 to 8 p.m. That's why we do programs in the evening, a lot of programs in the evening. Sundays are from 2:30 to 5.
Okay. And then if you are going to the computer lab and you need to print something, I believe that the printing ends like 15, or the computer
15
lab
minutes beforehand.
closes 15 minutes before the normal stop time.
And that's something that our staff members can't avoid,
right.
control. They cannot control it. It's on a program called Envisuare. And so that Envisuare shuts down 15 minutes beforehand, so they can go ahead and do the record for the night. And so it processes that. It's kind of like a computer, and it kind of shuts down, and then it has to process
So
everything.
just be aware of that. So if you need to print something, you need to make sure it's printed before that 15-minute cutoff because the computers will automatically shut down.
Yeah, and we
And
can't
I've heard
stop
people
it.
say stuff like, "Oh, please," and it's like, no, it's done.
I mean, we can't stop it. It is on a program shutdown so it can start processing the data for us.
But hey, guys, if you have a card and you're in good standing, you can get up to 5 pages of free black and white prints every single day.
Every single day. So, I mean, that really is handy. So if you're doing boarding passes or if you're doing return labels, some people do coupons. Food coupons, like they get the coupons. Oh, I will say that Thursdays at 12:30 every single week is our food drop-off also from Tea and Kids. They do the food drop-off, and I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
But like I said, there's always something, but yes. So they're out there on the corner of White and right by our parking lot, and what they do is if you're a Robertson County resident, you just come on in and they'll give you a box of food.
All right. Well, thank you, Rose. So much awesome information just in time for summer reading. I'm really excited we had you in because I'm going to get over there and get our bookmarks so we can start reading. Thank you, Ms. Rose. All right, guys, you have been listening to Lee Marie in for U-Turn Laverne on 1 Street Over. I'm so glad that you all joined us. I will be back tomorrow as well. And then, of course, I will be here at the Go Show on Wednesday. So please share this show because there was so much great information in it. We just got to get this out. So have a wonderful day. God bless. And I will see you tomorrow, 1100 WSGI.
Street over there's a life I could have known. Would have